All right. Shalom, Yasharala. I'm giving infinite honors to my heavenly Father, my great King, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakakadash, double honors to our apostles and other bishops, great millstone, and salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashak Yahweh Shah, pushing his beloved doctrine across the four winds. Shalom. All right, I looked at the this circus show earlier today with Zelensky and Trump. And when you look at this guy, Zelensky's spirit, he looked agitated out the gate. You know what I'm saying? And it's understandable what's going on in his country, but he looked at not agitated at from what I on the outside looking in, all right, at what's going on with him in Russia. He looked like he had an issue with America, all right, with the whatever business deal they had going on. So he was in there, he wasn't humble. I'll say that. When Vance checked him, well, I'm about to play. When you look at the whole clip, he came in there with the, with the slap bullshit. So I'm like, damn, why son so mad? So I went and did some research on the business deal that America and them is supposed to have, and I got to the bottom of it. I say, all right. He made a deal with the devil. And he's not feeling too fond about it. And he's like, if I'm making this deal, then if I'm going to make this deal and sign off our resources and mineral rights and so on and so forth, I want to know that I'm getting what I want. Okay. So I'm about to play this clip and then I'm gonna read up on that mineral deal that he had with America and what some of these experts have said about it. Okay. He getting a bad deal, man. America's just being America. All right. With that deal, America be owning fucking motherfucking Ukraine, and they could put their flag in that motherfucker. They doing what they do every other country. You never make a deal with the devil. And that's why dude was so mad. But check this out.
Diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right? I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems? What, bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
That was a threat. Let me play that again. That was a fucking threat. That was a threat. Oh shit.
During the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You
Don't-
will not
you
have
gotta-
a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering on
position
this
to
question.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
I'm not
You're
dictating.
in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy
All right.
that's going to end the destruction.
Now you seen the why the guy, he was angry. All right. Then he threw a little threat in. He said, hey, look, if we getting violated like this, y'all gonna get violated too. But he don't know what he's saying. He's speaking according to prophecy. All right. All right. America's borders are gonna be destroyed utterly. Okay. But this is what when I went down the wormhole, because you see the things that are that come up. Damn, that's not what I wanted. You see the things that come up on. Yeah, this is what I want right here about America's U.S. Ukraine minerals deal. But you don't really. We be in a prophecy, but some things you'll scan over, but you really don't get in depth with it. Well, all right, I went and got in depth. Now I see why this guy is mad. All right, and the reason he's mad, he's made a deal with the devil. Okay, he's made a deal with the devil. All right, America has given this guy 300 billion. All right, so America say in for us giving you this aid, this is what we want from you. All right, we want access to your minerals. All right, and then when we get access to your minerals, all right, we want 50% of the resources that we get. Okay, and as I'm about to read, you're gonna see that it's a the Zelensky note is a terrible deal. And look, this is from a credible news source. This is from the BBC. Now listen to this. What are the terms of the deal? On Wednesday, Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal said Ukraine and the U.S. had finalized a version of the agreement. It was published on Friday morning. The preliminary agreement envisages that an investment fund will be set up from the Ukraine's reconstruction. Shmyhal said Kyiv and Washington will manage the fund on equal terms. Yeah, 50%, 50%. According to the deal, Ukraine will contribute 50% of future proceeds from state-owned mineral resources, oil and gas to the fund. All right, now you got to understand, oil and gas is what's running the world right now. They call it black gold. Okay, this is the resource every country needs to run. Okay, to run their country, to supply plastic. People don't know plastic is made from oil. To run the machines, these plants that they have. All right, the 18-wheelers, the bulldozers, all those things, all the vehicles. All right, you need oil for damn near everything in the society. All right, because it's a toxic society. That's not going to be our energy source in the kingdom. Okay, so if somebody got access to 50% of your minerals, I mean, you might as well say they own your fucking ass. Okay, and the fund will then invest to promote the safety, security, and prosperity of the Ukraine. Meanwhile, the agreement says that the U.S. government will subject to U.S. law, all right, maintain a long-term financial commitment to the development of a stable economically prosperous Ukraine. Zelensky acknowledged the fund, but told the BBC on Wednesday that it was too early to talk about money. You see, he's not with this. He knows it's a bad deal, okay? But he's so worried about Russia taking over. He's like, well, I take a bad deal over here. No, all right. What Russia is doing, Russia wants those same mineral rights. They want those same resources. That's why Russia's on your ass, because they want access to those minerals. They want to take over and everything that Ukraine become theirs. Okay, and historically, Ukraine was a part of the USSR. Okay, now America is doing the same thing Russia is doing. That's what Zelensky is starting to see. All right, as we're gonna read further down. Well, if it ain't Russia running that motherfucker, it's gonna be America running that motherfucker. America gonna be able to put their flag in the soil down there when America get through with them. All right. The agreement states that the U.S. will own the maximum amount of the fund allowed it under U.S. law. Okay. Disagreement over terms of minerals deal form part of what happens to be a deepening rift between Trump and Zelensky. Zelensky ain't no fool, but he is a fool, okay? Because he made a deal with the devil. He's making a deal with the devil. The Ukrainian president rejected an initial request from the U.S. for $500 billion in mineral wealth, but media reports say that demand has now been dropped. Okay, if You getting 500 billion from them, man. You're gonna be getting that annually, all right, to keep the bully off their ass. All right, you're gonna eventually own that landmass, okay? You're gonna bankrupt them, okay? The U.S. administration started with a deal that challenged Ukraine's sovereignty, then pushed an exploitative one that would bankrupt the country. Boy, you can't tell me these Americans ain't the devil. All right. Let me read that again. The Ukrainian president rejected initial requests from the U.S. for 500 billion in mineral wealth. All right. That's what the deal is about. But media report says that the man has now been dropped. The U.S. administration started with a deal that challenged Ukraine's sovereignty, then pushed an exploitative one that would bankrupt the country. Tai Mafi Malinov, a former minister and head of Kyiv School of Economics, told BBC. All right. Now they shifted to a reasonable deal with co-ownership and no direct claims on past aid that would actually benefit Ukraine. On Tuesday, Trump said that the U.S. has given Ukraine between 300 billion and 350 billion in aid, and he wanted to get the money back through a deal. All right. And that's what happens when you make a deal with the devil. But German think tank, the Cal Institute, estimated the U.S. sent 119 in aid to Ukraine. Okay. Yeah, you can't believe these devils. They all liars. But the point of the matter is that's why you will see him there with so much indignation, because he's like, the deal that the Americans dropping on him, you're doing the same thing to us that the Russians are doing. You're just doing it through a economic assigning our resources over to you, and you're doing it through paperwork, black and white ink. All right, you're getting us to sign our country away, whereas Russia is just gonna bulldog and take it. All right, America's doing it in a different way. All right, the Americans doing it through court proceedings. All right, business talks. All right, and signing your life away. Okay, and that's why the guy is so mad. So the guy's like, well, if I'm gonna do this and give you this many resources, you got to promise me and give me and let me know that you guarantee that the Russians won't be able to come on our landmass. All right. And this is what he says further down. All right. This is why he had the attitude. All right. Does the deal include a security guarantee? All right. And look, this is my hypothesis. America is going to try to raw them out with the deal so much that Zelensky might say, fuck it, and just let Russia take over and join league and make a deal with Russia. Okay. And be like, fuck America. All right. Because America is bluesing their asses. Okay. With the deal. He say the economic forecaster, he said a deal like that would bankrupt our country. Okay. And America knows that. That's why you don't make a deal with the devil. Zelensky has been pushing for a deal to include firm security guarantee from the U.S. But on Wednesday, he said no such guarantee had been made. Okay, and he has the right to do that. Now, the Vice President Vance, he attacked him for saying, "Look, man, you can't bulldog us into getting security." Well, all right, I can't bulldog you to give us your word that you're gonna have give us the security that the Russians can't come in our borders, but yet you're making a deal where you're taking all our resources that we could probably make an agreement with another country, all right, to help us fortify our borders. All right, you're gonna take all our resources, but then you're not gonna fortify our borders. It makes sense. I see why the guy is mad. Okay, I want to have a sentence on security guarantees for Ukraine, and it's important that it's there. The Ukraine leader explained. All right, and then just another thing, man, you would rather, like, just, speaking as a man, you would rather be under Vladimir's foot, who is your brother. The Ukrainians and the Russians are real brothers. All right, they have the same tribe. They broke up in the 80s. Okay, then you had this foreign entities, Americans, ruling over your ass. Okay, But that's what America does with that wine. They come in people's houses and sow that discord. They divide and conquer. Okay. Asked by the BBC if he would prepare to walk away from the agreement if Trump did not guarantee he wanted Salakia. Asked by the BBC if he would prepare to walk away from the agreement if Trump did not offer the guarantee he wanted. And that looked like what we saw today. Zelensky said, I want to find a path. I want to find a NATO path or something similar. All right. He wants to guarantee that NATO and America will protect him from Russia. Okay. From Russia occupying their country. If we don't get security guarantees, we won't have a ceasefire. Nothing will work. Nothing. Okay. Despite this, the published agreement says that U.S. supports Ukraine efforts to obtain security guarantees to build lasting peace. And then the guy on the interview, it is something else that he said. He said, we made a ceasefire with Russia in 2014, and Russia broke that bitch. He said, we need guarantees. What are we going to do if we do another ceasefire and they break it again? I mean, that's a logical, intelligent question. All right. America don't give a fuck about that. America want them resources, man. Okay. You made a deal with the devil, ass white. Despite the published agreement, says the U.S. supports the Ukraine effort to obtain security guarantees to build lasting peace. He said Ukraine would not sign the deal until Zelensky and Trump agree on security guarantees and decide on how to tie this preliminary agreement to a U.S. security guarantee. All right. Trump said on Wednesday that the U.S. would not provide security guarantees beyond very much, adding that the responsibility for this world would now fall to Europe. So he said, go to NATO, man. Go to EU. But he added that the presence of U.S. workers on Ukraine soil would provide automatic security. But that's not giving the man the answer that he wanted. All right. He's saying if we do this ceasefire, they done already broken a couple ceasefires already. What happens what are you going to do if they break this ceasefire? And he asked Trump that, and Trump said, and one of the interviewers asked Trump that. He said, man, I don't have to answer that. What if a bomb falls on us the day of tomorrow? I said, yeah, that's a crazy ass dude. He don't give a fuck. All he want, Trump is a businessman. He's just worried about the interests of America, and he's gonna give the Ukraine a fake sense of security to get more of their resources. Now, what will end up happening with the business deals that are made, all right, America would end up bumping heads with Russia because then America damn near own fucking Ukraine, man. Okay? America put their flag over there, build some garrisons over there, all right? And then, that's going to strengthen this World War III thing because Vladimir going to be like, you too close to my border, all right? And this is another thing that came out of that. When you look at the EU, all right? The EU gave Ukraine $198 billion according to the EU website. I want to look that up. And NATO gave Ukraine $100 billion. Now we understand, according to prophecy, that the EU and NATO is going to turn on America. So what Trump is doing right now, he's saying, look, Europe is going to have to protect you. How do the EU and NATO feel about the things that Trump is saying? All right. How they might be at enmity what he's saying. You see, that might offend them, piss them off. These are the type of things that's going to make the beast hate the whore. Okay. And the simple fact that Trump is in a fucking meeting, a man admitting we gave you $300 billion to fight Russia. What do Russians think when they see that? Damn, this guy, y'all supplied them with $300 billion with aid to fight us. You see what I'm saying? What does that do? That riles up the me's. In fact, let me get that. You're on on worldwide TV saying that you're financing our enemies, that's disrespecting itself. Okay? See, all this circus things that are going on TV, the Lord is controlling the kings of the earth. And hey, look, man, this just may be the year everything pops off, man. Everything. Jacob's Trouble, World War III, the chip, everything, man. And it look like this is the generation, man. All right, this is and it ain't gonna be no 1,000 years from now, man. This is the generation. This is the uh the people that will see all these things come to pass that are on the planet Earth right now. All right, it ain't gonna be no generations down. This is the generation that's going through tribulation. And anybody teach anything else different, they're off. All right, this is Isaiah 13:17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Now the Medes are the Russians. Now you're on worldwide television telling people we gave Russia's enemies $350 billion of aid so they could fight the Russians. All right, that's enough to stir any man up. Just imagine if you battling your arch nemesis, y'all at war, and somebody comes and gives them, they don't just jump in and fight against you, but they supply them with the guns, they supply them with the bullets to come kill you. All right, that's an act of war. That's an act of fucking war. Okay, they're playing with the bear. All right, okay, they're ruffling up the feathers of the bear, man. They're what's the saying? They're poking the bear. America's poking the bear, and it's all according to prophecy. The Lord said, "I will stir up the Medes." He's using America to stir up the Medes. All right. Some people will look at it and be like, "Well, he's trying to bring forth peace." That nigga ain't trying to bring forth peace. All right, it says through peace he would destroy many. Many. It's written in another place. Let me find that precept. The fake ass covenants and deals, man. That's Daniel 8. Right? Daniel 8 and bear with me. Let me find that precept. Thought it was Daniel 8. And through peace he shall destroy many. Here we go. Yep. 8:25. And through his policy also shall he cause craft to prosper in his hand. And that's what you see in America do. They're making these policies, making these covenants with people. All right. So what? And when you read Revelation, the 20th chapter, the Lord say he raised him up so he could deceive the nations. All right. So through his policy and these covenants, he's making what he's causing he's causing the nations to go to war. All right. He's ruffling up feathers throughout the planet Earth from one hemisphere to another. All right. The book of Habakkuk say he don't stay at home. All right. He's not at home because the Lord, he's the golden cup in the Lord's hand, using him to rouse up the nations to all come to a world war. And he shall magnify himself in his heart. And that's what you're seeing Donald Trump and Vance doing right then. All right. They seem like some haughty, arrogant pricks. All right. And the guy Zelensky was asking intelligent questions. It was like, how dare you ask us that? All right. Well, damn, you giving these niggas a deal. It's like a fucking rap deal. The rapper do all the work, all the groundwork, and they only get 15%. All right. That's a slave fucking deal that you're giving those Ukrainians. All right. That's why the guy is so pissed. And by peace, he shall destroy many. All right. And that's what Donald Trump kept saying. We want peace. We want peace in the world. No, you don't. You want control. All right. You want everybody under your subjection. Okay. And everybody's not going to go for that. And that's what's going to start a world war. All right. And he said he shall destroy many. All right. The way that he destroyed us in the ancient world during the time of Epiphanes, he Hellenized us, and that destroyed us. That destroyed our minds. It alienated us more from Yahweh Shem Shai. He shall also stand up against the prince of prince, and he shall be broken without hand. And that's what we're about to see, man. That's what we're about to see. Okay, this is the genesis of those things coming to pass. Okay, and the reason Zelensky went in there, America doesn't hold that power and prestige that they used to. All right, because dude was talking kind of slick, you know. Nobody, that was unprecedented the way he was in the house talking shit. You in a man's house. I could see if you're doing a via internet or y'all at some summit or something. Nah, that boy was in the house. They had to kick him out the fucking house. He showed his ass in that bitch, man. But that shows the lack of respect the nations are having for America, all right? That's what it is. Like, you know, they so-called giving you aid, but it's like Chris Rock said, when it's in stand-up comedy, jams, he said, America is like the uncle that paid your way through college and then molested you. All right. That's what America is doing Ukraine. They're giving you this foreign aid, but yet they want to get 50% of your resources. All right. And give you the slave deal. Look, we gave you 150 billion for this war with Russia. Now we want your resources, and look, we want $500 billion annually. That's fucked up, man. All right, and we're gonna have, and we only have we could in the deal we could follow U.S. laws. We don't have to follow your laws, okay? Or the UN's laws. You know that's fucked up, man. That's a fucked up deal, man. All right, this is Obadiah. No. This is Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares and the swords, and that's all that we're seeing. All right, we're seeing these nations getting riled up for World War III, and your prong hooks in the spears. All right, plowshares and prong hooks is gardening tools for you to break ground and plant your crops. Okay, but the Lord say no. Throw that shit away and get your swords and spears for this last days. Let the weak say I'm strong, and that's Ukraine is a weak nation. You know, Trump told them, man, if it wasn't for our resources helping you, Vladimir would have got rid of you in 2 weeks. You know, old boy got offended when he said that, but he ended up saying, "Let the weak say I'm strong," because they're not respecting the power that America used to wield. I remember on the movie, what that movie was, Godfather. He said, "You Corleones don't have the same power you used to. Nobody respects y'all in New York." He had to show them. Corleones had to show them niggas, we still got it. We just been chilling, you know. But that's how the nations feel about America. You ain't got the power you used to have, you know. In America, they're gonna show them. They're gonna show them. Okay, this is but America's gonna be utterly destroyed. Okay, this is Obadiah. All right. Because Ukraine is going to turn on, everybody's going to turn on America. All right, America's acting like they're there to help Ukraine, but they're actually trying to rob them and spoil them of their resources. Okay, when you read that deal, all right, because when they made a deal that they both agreed on, it wasn't far from the first deal. Okay, so this is Obadiah 1:17. That's not the one I want, though. Bear with me. I want the one that might be 7. Yeah, it's 7. Obadiah 1:7. All the men of thy confederacy have bought thee even to thy border. Everybody that's in league with America is going to turn on America. All that so-called allies, people they give aid, and people, you know, that do business deals with them, everybody's going to want to throw fire on the whore, all right? The guy, America and Ukraine are supposed to be allies. But that guy, Zelensky, you can tell when he's with his comrades around his own people, he talked bad about America, man. You can tell. He came there for business, and he wasn't about no bullshit. He didn't want to do the political bullshit. And Vance was like, man, how dare you come in our house saying this on TV in front of the American people? Well, I mean, what the fuck are he supposed to say? He's supposed to come there and be a yes man? All right. The men there with at peace with thee have deceived thee. All right. And the EU is going to, and NATO is ultimately going to deceive America and all of his allies. Okay. And prevailed against thee. All right. America, the big bully, is about to get taken down. And you see that through Zelensky's, like, you just see the aura that was coming around off of him. He don't like America, all right? Even though America is giving them the aid, he don't like them. He's like, you trying to fuck me just like Russia, all right? He see it clearly. And they that eat bread have laid a wound under thee. And they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. All right, Zelensky is eating America's bread, okay? Soon as he get a chance, he's going to want to fuck over the Americans because of that slave deal that the Americans forcing him to make. There is none understanding in him, okay? And you can see it so clearly, man. You can see it clearly, all right? These are beautiful times we're living in because we're seeing the fall of our enemies, man. All right? This is Book of Matthew 12 and 25. All right. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. All right. America within her borders, Americans are not united. All right. Half of Americans think on this wise, and the other half think on another wise. Okay. So that lets you know America is about to be destroyed because this is a universal law. Okay. But amongst these United Nations, the EU, NATO, all right, what? They're divided, all right, in certain stances. All right. A lot of these nations, European nations, don't like the way America do things, and Germany is one of them. Germany do not like the way America is doing a lot of things on the planet Earth, all right? Okay. So the EU, NATO, all right, they're going to come to desolation because Turkey is going to end up leaving the EU according to Ezekiel, what that is, 38, okay? And every city or house divided against itself should not stand, all right? These beautiful times we're living in, man. All right? If the EU is giving Ukraine all of that aid, all right, just like America is trying to get their money back from the Ukraine, you don't think NATO and EU wants to get their money back? It's like, America, you being a fucking hog. You gonna take everything? You gonna make it where we can't get our money back either? You taking everything from the motherfuckers. Let us get some back. All right, this is and those are the type of things that's gonna make the beast hate the whore. Okay. This is Revelation, and let's get that. 17 and 16. All right. And it reads, and the 10 horns which thou saw on the beast. All right. And these 10 horns are those common market European nations that became confederate in 1957. Don't quote. It's 1952 or 57. Don't quote me on it. All right. Those common market nations, European nations that came together around 19. It's 52 or 57, one of them. And these shall hate the whore, all right? The EU and NATO is going to hate the whore. America is the whore that sits on that scarlet-colored beast and shall make her desolate and naked and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. They're gonna shoot all that nukes over here in America, man. All right? America will be destroyed in World War III, all right? But we're seeing the genesis of these things. The Lord is kicking up a tumult, all right? He's putting a controversy between America and her allies, all right? Because America's pride has deceived her, okay? Everybody that's in league with her getting pissed off at her, all right? So, hey, these things that are transpiring, it might look like a circus, but now these are prophecies jumping off the book, man. Beautiful times we're living in, I tell you. So with that, I'm going to give infinite honors to our Heavenly Father and our great King, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Harakakadash, double honors to our apostles and head bishops of Great Millstone. Salutation to my fellow laborers in the Mashaki Hawashai. Kwame Asharala, Abba Abba.